Hello.
Welcome to our neck of the woods. Hi, everybody out there. Welcome. Hi, Tracy. Liz.
Hello.
Those are the lovely ladies, aren't they? Love them.
All right.
So, happy Labor Day, everyone.
Yes. Happy Labor Day.
And Raina, yes. Raina wanted to share with you guys what we're going to be doing for some of her schooling this week. She's so excited.
Survival science.
Put it up there, show them.
I got this for Christmas.
And what's going to be your first thing that you want to make?
Sit Water compass.
Sit up here and talk to the people. And what are you going to use your compass for?
We're going to be walking to the woods when we make it. We're going to be walking to the woods when we make it. So that's what I want to make right there.
You gonna do a video on it too? When you make it?
Sure.
Okay.
So we're going to set up and do some backyard camping. It's supposed to be lovely this week. Got a couple things to do first, and then we'll get that set up, guys. And we're going to do the little solar oven in her kit, which is just a tiny little thing. And we're going to bake some stuff in it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that you guys can see that even a simple solar oven will work well.
Yeah.
And then, what else do we got here? Oh, yeah. The solar oven, the water compass, there's a hand warmer, a water filter. So we're going to do that too. And we're going to make mucky, yucky water. And make it really mucky. And
then she'll be able to look through it with her microscope.
And you're going to learn how to do a water filter. And you're going to show everybody else how to do one. And that's going to be cool. So,
what about a video on the solar oven?
Yeah, we're going to.
I mean, do they make a microscope camera or something that you can? Is that what that is?
For what?
For microscopes?
Yeah, probably.
Expensive.
The really nice microscopes have those features. Mike Morales has some really nice. They're not like top-notch microscopes, but they're good, like industrial use type microscope.
I was just thinking when she does her projects or something, we'd have one that she could put up on her video. You know?
She's finally free from homework. Oh, but that's okay. Gotta keep that little mind sharp.
It only took you what?
Oh man,
an hour.
An hour? It took you an hour. That was it. That was it. Most kids are in school. How long?
8 hours.
You got yours done in an hour.
We get.
See,
got the computer stuff.
You're in school all day long. It doesn't matter. Like life is school.
Why don't you put
nothing but a learning curve. All right, I'm gonna get some.
I don't like schooling.
Whatever. All right, give me 1 second here, guys. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Get us settled and you guys settled. Give me 1 second here. I can fill the silence with la-di-da if you need me to. Remember what else you got to say, okay? Thank you. All right. Let everybody get in here. So, what do you guys want to talk about today? Yeah. Hello, everybody. that we've
Red,
missed,
white,
right?
and blue.
So, Labor Day weekend. What do you guys do for Labor Day weekend? I know it's like typical to go and grill out and all that good stuff. I don't know that that's. I think we're doing Mexican tonight. Raina wants Mexican, so Mom's making Mexican.
Natural. No. Cumin. We're craving cumin. That's what we're craving.
Been waiting all morning.
Craving for the cumin and torts.
Well, thank you, Delora.
It's great torts.
You know, we thought about like maybe just opening up for a couple hours a day, so you guys had a place to go if you want to. That was just like a no bullshit place you could go. Let us know. Yes, thank you guys for the Craig updates. I just caught his one update right before he went off earlier. So, well, actually, Jeff caught his live, and I caught his one little short video. So, but if you guys want us to do that, we could probably do that. That's not a big deal. Yeah, he has power now. I know that's got to be just a blessing. I know we've had well, one winter a couple years ago we had a really bad ice storm and we were without power for 10 days. Yeah, it was 10 days. Of our own 10 days of darkness, but you know, we had certain things in place that made it easy. It didn't really we didn't lose a lot. We didn't I don't think we lost any meats or anything.
No,
because we had the
we
generator.
just got the generator head.
Yeah.
We had just got the generator.
So yeah, we ran the generator.
I didn't even
freezers going and
running it.
we limited our water use, but we can hook the well pump up to either the solar or the generator. And so we have, you know, the well will
we're wanting to get one of the ones that goes down in your well and you can still pump it like the old
I
style.
want one of those. Yeah.
And that way if the power does go off, you still pump.
We need the ones that go down to 200 feet depth.
Yeah.
Those are the ones. That's the one we need.
We're 183 feet down.
I said it's kind of pricey.
Yeah, it is pricey,
but it is worth it
to
have access to your water. No matter
what. I think we guesstimated on the footage because of the footage.
Right.
I think we guesstimated around $600 some odd dollars in the end total.
Yeah, well, when we looked at it a couple years ago, yeah.
You know, all these different projects. It's amazing. It slowly comes together.
Hey,
We're not complaining, not one bit.
Hey,
as you get one thing done, you might trade with somebody else, and you end up getting what you need without even spending any money at all. So it's really nice. It really is. Turns out.
Oh, it's so horrible.
I made some good deals with wood. My brother made a good deal with wood one time. He was going to buy a truck. We're just selling planks to him because he was a woodworker. So it just ended up being a really good trade between wood and a vehicle. So there's a lot out there.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys are watching, but Nobody Cares Anyway. He did have a YouTube channel, and I actually watched some of his content. He has been taken down. Please find him. I think he said over on Rumble.
Rumble.
Pop it in there again. Nobody Cares Anyway. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. I hope you had a great weekend. Really do. I got up this morning. I was raring to go. It's Monday. Ran down to the post office. Wanted to get her paperwork sent out because I got to send it registered certified. And it was closed, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's Labor Day." So
she's so far behind, she doesn't even realize it's Labor Day. Okay, And we got a filet mignon sitting up at the house that's being ready for me to cut. And that means we're going to have fresh steak tonight.
Ooh, can we make them outside?
Oh, absolutely.
And
I'm
Brussels
not
sprouts.
bragging
I
to
want
you
Brussels
guys.
sprouts.
She's just, that's how far behind she
I
is.
want Brussels sprouts.
And yes, we have Brussels sprouts too. Oh my. We're going to have roasted Brussels sprouts.
I love it.
Fire cooking, baby.
We can't start talking about food already. You know,
We're
they're
not
going to
going
leave
to.
us alone, or they're going to tell us to turn into a cooking channel.
Sorry.
That's right. Preparedness for what's coming.
Oh,
What'd she say?
I didn't know. What'd you say, Pumpkin?
My phone is on Mexican.
Your vote's on Mexican.
She wants Mexican.
She wants Mexican. So I guess what?
We're doing Mexican.
We're doing Mexican.
I thought
But
we were going to
you know what? You can fillet those up in little strips instead of chicken.
I got to get that chicken cooked up. It's been thawed out for a couple days, and I have to get it up tonight.
Okay.
We're
Well, we'll
So-
do steaks tomorrow night, man.
doing
Maybe.
torts and whoops. All right.
See if you guys are here, then I'll be able to cut up some of that beef, and we have like some what's your favorite?
Good night, John Boy. What's that now?
What's your favorite?
My favorite one.
Carne asada. See,
Oh yeah, I love carne asada.
if we got a couple people here, I'd really do it up good. See, now she might not be happy because she'd have to make more torts, but
Probably not that hard. They're really
good.
simple. They're super simple to make, and
you guys ever heard of Navajo bread? I don't know if you ever talked to them. about
Indian
that.
fried bread.
Indian fried
I'm
bread?
sure almost all of them have heard of it. I know at least Bonnie has, but carnitas. That's right.
Carnitas asada. Oh, yeah. Not the carnitas.
So
We're gonna go out here in just a little bit and probably set the tent up. We might even
that's
get all
awesome,
along.
Chuck. I used to
Oh.
play D&D, but the paper version. And then when I met Jeff, he tried to get me in the game. I'm a pretty laughable fool, but I did enjoy the Dungeons and Dragons. We had a nice little group of
Hand-eye
us that
coordination.
uh,
Left-handed and a mouse. Keyboard. Well, you prefer a keyboard mouse over a controller anyhow, don't you?
I do now.
Yeah.
Uh,
I had a friend once when he would go to the left, his hands would go to the left, or go to the right when he's trying to do something. He'd try to get his arms behind him with the controller, and it didn't make any difference.
nobody. His rumble is called something else. You're bouncing us again.
Oh my.
Oh, I've had authentic carne asada. I lived in Florida for a while. I got to taste a wide variety of very authentic foods, and the ones I didn't hit in Florida, I hit when I lived in New Jersey, because, man, New Jersey's a little melting pot inside of itself. There's all kinds of folks there, all kinds of different stuff. There was this one guy that did Cuban coffee, and I would go out of my way to get coffee from him every day because the coffee was so good. All right, Tracy. Forged Equity Project at Rumble. Okay, Forged Equity Project is nobody cares anyways. Rumble channel. K9. Oh, we have a couple reservations here in Ohio as well, and I know that some of the people travel here to Ohio as well. Twice a year in Mohican Hills, we have a powwow, and every year I really, really want to take Raina, and every year it somehow falls flat on its face, and I've been wanting to take her to that powwow since she was born, because it happens. They have one in July, and then they have one in September, and it's always like right around the weekend of her birthday. So I've been wanting to get her out and about to that too. But we do stuff like that at home. So I mean, do that kind of cooking, oh, we love that. Oh, I know it's not necessary, but it's all good. It's all good, man. Yeah, you were putting out some really good stuff, and anybody that wants to check you out, I feel like you should do that. Um, so yeah, I hope you guys are having a nice, relaxed holiday and enjoying yourselves. Oh, mm, I don't know. They would take the dough Canadian, because that's when you do the fry bread. Indian fry bread, it's and I actually cheat and use that when I do like our little personal quick pizzas. I actually use my Indian fry bread recipe, and I just don't deep fry it. That's all. But I use that for the pizza crust, and I'll put a little bit of olive oil in there, and I'll fry it, and on the one side, and then I'll flip it over, and then I'll make the pizza on top of it, pop a lid on the pan, and melt the cheese, and then it's done. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
You rock. Thank you, Tracy. You're an amazing lady. Morning, Nathan. And I got those, and I think I'll start painting that soon. I would like to do that.
Yes, it is.
But I do have a list of questions, because
Beautiful day today.
when I do someone's pet or companion animal, I like to know a little bit more about the animal, so I can try to capture like that personality. You know what I'm talking about in the painting. So if you would mind sharing that with me, Nathan, I would be greatly appreciated. Even if it's just like favorite story or favorite memory or what have you. If you feel like you're comfortable enough to share that with me, I would appreciate it, because that helps me to be able to put more into the painting when I do it. You know, try to capture a little bit more of the essence of the animal. Yeah, you guys rock. We love you guys. Let's see.
What time is it there for you, Nathan?
Oh my goodness, Canadian. Have fun with that. Doesn't that just make their... I just can't do it. I mean, that makes their undercoat so thick, the cats. Okay.
Oh, okay. So you're just a few hours behind us then.
It is 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the great state of Ohio. It's a gorgeous day outside. If I'd had it set up out there, or if I'd have thought ahead of time and plugged the computer in, I would have been outside today.
Beautiful day today. Actually, as a matter of fact,
check my text. All right, hold on. Raina!
with her phone.
Yeah.
With her phone.
I kind of wish that you'd had one with the wings open, because, you know, I don't know. There's the hawk has always been my spirit animal, like my totem animal. We never really. Oh, we're scratchy.
Scratchy?
Yeah.
Well, we can refresh, that's for sure.
The Itchy and Scratchy Show. Okay.
Not a problem.
1 second, and we will. Hold on.
What we got going on?
Well, we are comfortable discussing it, but I'd love to have a conversation with you. Do you want to come up, and you can keep your face off or whatever if you like, and have a conversation with us? And I'll explain to you what our plans are. Because we're actually pretty golden in our little bubble in Ohio. I've mentioned it many times, and I mentioned it in a different way.
It's not a big deal. Yeah, we don't mind.
Ohio is one of those states, and specifically the area we are in, that is heavily laden with Amish. It is pretty self-sufficient. And it's going to take a whole lot more than a dollar collapse for this community to collapse. That's just how it rolls. You can still trade your time.
Yeah,
You can still work for people to trade for goods. You can barter.
Yeah.
People will trade with you and they will work with you. Not like in our direct immediate community because they're English, but we live in an Amish-based county, and they have anything and everything that we need. All right, Betty, have a
We'll
great
see,
day.
Betty. Working the plan, huh?
Heck yeah.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
All right.
Have a great day. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing about an Amish community. They've got everything. They make sure that their community is strong and tough and has everything included in it.
He's got that right.
Thank you, Nathan. All right, you guys, we're going to refresh real quick. We'll be back.
Yep.
Give us 1 minute.
Refresh real quick, and we'll be right back.
Hopefully it gets better.
All right. Sound anymore? Or
Testing.
worse?
Testing 1 2.
Just let us know what's going on real quick here, and if not, then we might shut it down and restart the whole thing. Not a big deal.
You're back. Yeah. So nobody cares anyway. It brought up a good point, and it's a worthy discussion. I think we should.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It's a worthy discussion. I think we should have that. Our plan isn't so much of a plan as it is just everyday existence for us.
Yeah, it's
we do a lot of bartering. We already have those connections in that manner for the reason that we already do that. The guys more so than me in the Amish community. If you're talking to the women, it better be about cooking or sewing. If you're a woman trying to talk to Amish men about business, it was not going to happen. There are a few female-run Amish businesses here, but they're cleaning services, I think,
there's
bakeries,
all kinds of stuff.
but the men still deal with the management of it, and that's how that community is set up, and that's how they run.
That's how they run it.
And I completely respect that, but as an English woman, I can't talk to an Amish man about business or about bartering. My husband or my brother-in-law has to talk to them for me. And that's how they are. And that's fine. We still had quite a bit of business. Now they'll talk to me as an artist. They'll talk to me as a craftsperson, but they will not talk to me as business. And that's just how they roll. I don't care. Yeah, I mean, it kind of is living the dream. I mean, the only other dream that we had that we're not living is running around in an RV somewhere.
The biggest dream we've always wanted.
Exploring places that people don't remember exist.
Being in the RV and just traveling and just exploring and putting up our videos. And we'll still have what we do here, just we wouldn't be here. I mean, we'd be out getting ideas and learning history and facts and
thank you, conservative cowboy,
and other stories of the world.
See, and that's what I was talking about yesterday. The Amish communities are different in every community. It's not like a coverall. It's not an umbrella for them. I'm going to explain it this way. It's the perfect explanation.
Yeah.
The umbrella of Christianity covers a wide variety of people who have sub-religious beliefs that are dictated in a specific manner according to their religious belief, but they are under the Christian heading. like apostolic, Pentecostal, Baptist. There's all kinds of them. You guys know what I'm talking about. So it's like a coverall. Yeah, they're Amish, but they within each community have their own set of rules and their own. Some communities are very strict. Some of them are not. Like the Amish community around us, they allow their children to still be a part of their families once they've grown, and if they've decided to leave the Amish faith, a lot of them are still involved in their family businesses, involved with their family. And in some Amish communities, they're not. They're renounced. They're never spoken to again, and they're not no longer Amish. They're shunned. We do have some shunned around here. I've met a couple of them. They're actually pretty awesome people. They thought for themselves, and that was not welcome.
They didn't like that.
So, no, they're not witches. No, they're not.
Are there? No, they don't. They don't have anything like that.
There is some hinky stuff goes on in some of those communities, but not that.
Yeah, they don't have anything like that. But what they do have is their own tinctures. They have their own
something like that, Betty.
They have their own medicines. They use the earth. They use everything that holistically that isn't used God-given our system. So you can. There's nothing wrong with it.
Burgermeister, hex spells.
They don't talk about it much.
Herr Burgermeister, might I bring to you that the people, when they say JC in vain, are casting hex spells, and when they say GD, they are casting hex spells. Language is very powerful, and that's why they've used it and twisted it on us for so many generations. For so long, they have twisted our language and used it against us. You guys, language is important, and there's a reason they made GD an acceptable thing. I remember when I was little, I'm going to tell you this story. Not exactly Bonnie. It depends on which community. The Amish people here, when I got real sick, I told you guys I had gotten real sick in October, right before all the sickness came down and all the mandates and whatnot. I got sick in October. I didn't get better until January. But it was the Amish women who brought me the natural supplements. They still make black salve here and sell it. We'll take you guys to that. We'll take you guys to Charm with us. And they make local immune boosting medicines because Lyme disease is rampant in the Amish community as well.
Well, there's things they don't tell you that they will.
They will. We'll take you guys to German Village too, which is an Amish store in Berlin. It's in Tourist Town, but we know the back roads to get there, so I think we'll be good getting there. But we'll take you guys in there and we'll show you, like, that's where we can get. You can get the higher quality oils, any oil you want. You can get your dried herbs. There is a movement back towards natural and away from the chemical man-made stuff. And the Amish have never fallen for the chemical man-made stuff to start with. So it's not like us, the English, how they call it, the Amish or the English. You're either Amish or you're English. There's not any color involved with them. Yeah, deplorable chicken hen, Lyme disease. Lyme disease was weaponized by the U.S. military in the 1950s, and it escaped from, supposedly it escaped from the labs, not that it was released. And it is, for anybody that does not know, Lyme disease is an autoimmune disease. It attacks your autoimmune responses, your T1 and T2 antibody responses, and it eventually will make your body attack itself. And it causes lots of other problems because when Lyme disease is delivered via tick, there are several sub-diseases that that go under that, and they don't check for them. Let me tell you, when we were going through this nightmare with Raina, she got bit when she was 5, and it was a nightmare. It really was. When we were going through this nightmare with her, they didn't do the oh Lord, the other diseases. They didn't test her for them, and they wanted me to take her back in. And the thing about it is, not one of them hematologists had any kind of aim with that needle.
No,
and they weren't going to keep sticking my daughter, because I almost punched one of them in the doctor's office because she wouldn't stop, and then she started moving the needle around. And it was hurting her. She was 5. She was like this freaking big, right? So my mama bear comes out with people like that, and they think they're just going to keep doing it until they get what they want because it's so necessary. But you're not going to keep hurting and traumatizing my kid, and I don't care who you are. Hey, God soldiers, how you doing, Hank? Welcome. So, and then that whole debacle ended in them trying to get me to take her and get her on a CDC list of children with Lyme disease, and going into the CDC Children's Network of hospitals and whatnot, and I refused. And that was when I called bullshit on it. And then of course, I had gotten bit not a week after she had, and also with a positive diagnosis, and we walked away from that. And I saw somebody had said something about Ivor up there being a treatment for Lyme disease. I'm interested in hearing more about that. If you know more about that, I would like you to either talk about it in chat and just call it I or Ive or Ivy or whatever, and we'll know what you're talking about.
Pectin?
Ivermectin. I don't know if we can get away with that. I have heard that there may be a cure for it through the use of denatured #1 copper and CBD oils, and the science behind it seems solid. However, the quality of the product that you need to do in order for this to reset some of your cell systems and to get rid of the spirochetes that reside inside the cellular structure. Yeah, and we do use colloidal silver when we're having an uptick, and it does help. But you can stay on it continually. But with the Lyme disease, it gets to where it stops being effective. So we have to stop using it until we need it again. And the same with the quinine for us. Okay, the grapefruit lemon juice that we make. We do that, you know. Her cousin just started public school again, so for that whole first week and probably in the next week, I'm going to make her drink a glass of that a day, no matter what.
Vitamin C,
but then I'm going to pull her back a little bit from it. Yeah, it does have many uses.
So yeah, we get her up high, so when she's playing with her, she's not immune, but her
immunity is stronger, so she can handle it a little bit better. Because when her cousin gets the sniffles, Raina gets sick for 3 weeks. So, yeah, pure full spectrum.
And then her.
Yeah, and then when I get sick, I get very sick, and I was the kid in the
stay away.
I was the kid that had to be hospitalized with the tents and all that crap when I was little, and I don't know what that was about, but I still have fun memories of playing in the snow. I have more fun memories of playing in the snow than I do having pneumonia every year.
With what we do, when we notice that she's getting sick, we already know that she's going to get sick just because it usually happens, and it's Mom. I start boosting myself up, and I start eating different foods that are super high in KH, salads, and boosting myself up. So then when I do get sick, I'm only sick for 4 days or so. And then
It makes it easier. I mean, I don't have to take care of a house full of sick kids. I mean, sick people.
that's right.
I'm just messing.
We're all my kids.
Okay. Check if you go
Yeah, you can go to
check
our,
out.
what's,
I think it was 2 days
videos?
ago. Does anybody
Yeah, 2
remember the
videos
title we
ago.
did on that? I think it was like remedies and stuff. The first, it's like the first 15 minutes deplorable. My husband puts it all up there.
I'll just go grab it.
Okay.
I'll just grab it. Give me a second.
We did a video on it because
Might take a minute
everybody
to
was
load.
asking how we did ours.
Oh wow, that was fast.
So we wanted to make sure that we did that for you guys.
Okay, let's see here. Videos.
And then, yeah. So
Mosquitoes.
you guys know we're kind of off
remedies
the cuff.
in chat.
Remedies in chat, I think.
Remedies in chat.
Was it remedies in chat?
I think it is that one. Or this one.
Okay. So give us a minute. We're probably choppy again. But we're gonna start doing some different kind of stuff. We're gonna have a little bit of we'll show you guys a little bit of the house remodel as we do it. Oh, Appalachian's on. Well, he's a little late today. I have to miss him. I love Appalachian Reaper.
All right.
That's why you're a hermit.
Here's the link to the video. And once you watch that, I will also put the recipe in the chat.
And everybody does it different. And we had a really great discussion. And if you go back and look at the chat while the video is playing, you'll see that everybody was having some really great discussion about the different ways they do it too. So you might be able to find something that suits you better. I know that there are medications that interact with grapefruit. And since grapefruit is a major part of the recipe that we use personally, you know, there are other recipes though. So
you can use all, I even said it in the video, you can use all lemon if you want. You don't have to do just grapefruit.
Well, the grapefruit has
but there's something in
a factor in
right?
it. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, you gotta go out, buddy. All right. Go get some critters.
Here's the recipe. There you go. Hope that helps y'all.
All right. So, yeah, avocados are awesome. I have been wanting to start doing the borax, but I really wasn't sure how that was going to work for me. So, Chuck, can you give us a little information about? Yeah, put it up there for now.
Yeah. Wow.
And then I don't know. It doesn't scare me. I mean, this stuff shouldn't scare you guys, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
Listen, sodium bicarbonate is really good for you too, but they don't tell you that baking soda can be used more than for just baking.
Yeah.
And it's good. You can use that for deodorant. You can use it for toothpaste. You can use it as the shampoo part of a shampoo and rinse.
A little small dab of water and about a quarter teaspoon.
It draws
the toxin out from bee stings, which I got a bee sting the other day. And there's tons of things from it. It's
cholesterol too.
It helps a lot with. Got heartburn.
Pinch of borax to 16 to 20 ounces of water 2 times a day.
The amount of borax is the point of it. It's you don't use a whole lot.
Well, Bonnie,
you don't use
borax. Borax is simply the mineral boron. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you're taking it according to proper dosage, it's not going to hurt you. It's going to be beneficial. It's marketed as a laundry product. All right, let me put it to you this way, okay? We all know that you can use baking soda to help soak up oils and odors and stains out of your clothes, right? You can put it right in laundry and wash it up, and it's good. You can buy, and that box will cost you about $2. Okay, now you can buy Arm & Hammer washing or laundry aid. Laundry soda, and that's going to cost you about $5 for the same size box. And all they've done is bake the baking soda until half of the hydrogen molecules are gone, and then package it in a box. That's all they did. You can make your own
detergent.
Oh, these things are not what they claim. Just because they're marketed that way, they're marketed that way to grab your attention and make you pay more money to buy more stuff. You don't have to do that.
It's just like our pool. If you kind of have the idea of pool chemicals, it's chlorine, which is chlorine. You take a chlorine bottle and you look at the ingredients that are in the chlorine bottle, and then grab a bleach bottle that's just pure bleach, not the slow liquid or anything like just normal, good old Clorox bleach. It's identical. They are identical, and they charge $12 for this 1 gallon of chlorine, and you can buy Clorox for $3 or $4.
It's just marketing.
So you just got to know how to work around and research.
That's how they
know
fool
your stuff,
you,
and
right?
You throw a couple handfuls of baking soda into the water. There's your clarifier for your water for your pool. It makes it crystal clean and clear looking. Then you got your bleach. Pour that in, and then if you need getting lime out a little bit, you pour a little bit of vinegar into there.
Overdoses. Huh.
So then
I don't know if I believe that, Bonnie. I understand what you're saying. And the reason I'm going to say I don't exactly believe that is because the hospital is saying it. The hospital also killed a whole bunch of people to get X amount of dollars per head for positive results. And we're killing people to get those results and get that money. And to me, hospitals that are running clinics, right? They're just as guilty. They haven't looked at the stuff. If they haven't looked at what's in it, and they're trying to give it to other people and children and elderly and people with weakened immune systems, they're murderers in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear I didn't know or I was just doing what I was told, because it's crap. That's bull crap. If you are in the healing or medicinal field, you should be in it for one reason, right? To heal. If you're getting a kickback for the thing, you're getting a kickback for that, for however many jabs you can get in the arms,
something's wrong with that.
They can read between the lines, because that's how I feel about that. I feel like they are just as guilty, because there is no excuse. These pharmacists that are giving it out, they're getting paid. They're getting paid for everything, every one that goes into somebody. They get paid for it. And for any of the people out there who say that the chip being inside of it is tinfoil hat wearing half-cocked theory, there was a doctor who did an interview on CNN of all places that literally admitted that there are chips in them, and he tried to explain it away, saying that they were only used to track the doses, to make sure the doses were still viable because of the refrigeration, this, that, and the other, and all the other different stuff. However, once you've admitted there's a chip in there, a chip is a two-way communication. It is a means to control information flow, period. Just think about it. Yes, the companies that require it are also getting paid. And the thing about it is those companies, they're insurance companies. Half the insurance companies are refusing to pay settlements to anybody because it is an experiment. The other half of them are saying you have to get it in order to be covered, and then they don't cover them anyway. So the entire system from top to bottom needs wiped out and not rebuilt. That's why we need something different, because that is not working.
That's why we say it the way we say it. It's a system, and it's got to go.
It's got to go.
It's already been wiped out. We just got to kick out the rest of it.
Thank you, Tracy, for that reminder.
Ground level, and that's why we've been saying it's ground level. It's getting off of here, going to your town people, going to your mayors, your counselors, going and talking to your teachers and administrators.
Chuck,
finding out what side they're on. If they're not on the right side,
post us the link?
Kick them out.
for that, and we can
What we're doing here in Ohio.
we can get that information together and put it out for everybody. Yeah. All right. So nobody cares anyway. That's a good point. That graphene construct that has been included into these
We have-
experiments
We've got the links for it.
in 2006. No, I'm sorry. In 2016, they were running tests to see how
Yes, we do, but
G
let's be careful about it, okay, guys?
interference
You're
would
right.
work with nanotubes and that graphene construct that is in the experiments. Okay. In 2016, they were running these tests and they found that the nanotubes activated and connected and would stretch out. And they could light LED lights with these things. And all you had to do was put the G frequency to it and it activated. That is
Give
not
me 1
conspiracy. That was an actual scientific study. It was done by there was a doctor from Holland, one from Sweden, a couple from Denmark, 2 or 3 from India, a couple. These are prominent research scientists from all around the world that were playing with these things to see what they would do, and they came to the conclusion that once these nanotubes and the graphene construct were affected by the frequency of the G, that stuff being turned on, that they could literally make like computer connections within the framework of wherever this stuff was located. Okay, so
Who was talking about that?
yeah, you guys, you do have to watch your trigger words. You're allowed to share information here. We
Yep,
can talk
have no
about
problem,
it, but if you
but
don't know
just
how to
try
talk
to
around
be
the barrel right
gentle
now,
about it, please.
we're not afraid of talking about this stuff, but we're also not trying to get taken down, because this is a place where people come to be chill, to relax, to learn things, and what are we sharing?
Nobody cares anyway. I'm going to post a link that what she was just talking about in the chat here, about them connecting together, watching them connect together and the lights turn on. And then there's a second part of that as well for, you'll see. It's pretty cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, Artist is right. Back in 1999, because I knew about a lot of this stuff when I was a teenager. I just didn't know when it was going to happen. I can't believe I'm living to see it. Also, I wanted to address something somebody else said real quick.
Oh,
Maria.
he said what?
He had some. She said she doesn't usually listen to him, but he had some good things about the vacation.
And he does.
As
See,
far as a good source,
he-
I would have to
take it with a grain of salt from him. I mean, we're nothing against
I'd have to
him.
do my own research.
But I've heard him say some things that there's no backing, and it's not anything against him, but you gotta have some proof.
You're right,
if
Betty.
you don't have proof, then it's gonna be. I'm logging it. I'll wait until I hear something throughout the
You
whole
guys,
entire network before I know if it's true or not.
You are going to see.
But
you're going to see amped up news about your hospitals. You're going to see amped up news about.
It's been going on for over a year.
Every Greek letter of the alphabet variant. You're going to see it. They've already got it planned. Okay, you're going to see. Oh, these deaths from the sickness are on the rise, and you're not going to be told that most of those are from people who have been jabbed 2 or 3 times.
We have seen videos out there. We went and watched. We heard it from the news, of course. It's mainstream media. Talking about how all these numbers are up. This is about a year ago. And then there was a nurse who decided to walk down to her hospital, which was out in California. And supposedly it was a hospital that was jam-packed full. They have no room for anybody. Even the emergency room was jam-packed full. Well, this nurse decided to walk through the hospital with her camera on, showing everybody her hospital was empty, other than the normal people that were there and the normal everyday hustle bustle of the emergency room. She goes, "This is normal. This isn't. We're not booked. We don't have this stuff." And she put it out there. And then there was another one we got to see. It was another gentleman. He was a nurse, and he walked through his, and they were saying how their hospital, and this was in New York, how their hospital was all packed and everything. Never even packed. Didn't have anybody in the hospital. So it's we try to have discernment on everything we do and see. So
Sorry, I wasn't trying to leave you hanging.
there's a lot that we've already heard of. We don't put it out there. We do let people know when certain things come up.
What's
And when they do come up, we try to put our 2 cents worth in. If it doesn't stick, then we back off because we already know that they're not in that frame of mind. We're not trying to ruffle feathers or disrupt anything within anybody learning what may be coming.
And I mean, we've done a lot of our own research on this stuff, you guys.
It's like no different than Jeff B last night. Great
can't-
show. Great
can't-
show.
Stop digging with the opinion that agrees with you, though. You got to see all sides.
Like he said, 6
find the
months
truth.
ago, if he would have known what he knows now, if he would have known that 6 months ago, they would have called him a nut job. And he's right. He's absolutely correct. But what did happen 6 months ago did happen 6 months ago. And he's just now finding out. So it's not a bad thing.
Listen,
It's not a bad thing.
there are
So now
doctors
he's in
and
the
nurses
know.
out there
But
that
he
are in it
finally
to help
had
people.
proof.
And I know that. I
And that
believe
was the
that.
thing.
You know,
And yeah.
there's good and bad in every society,
Every
you
single
guys.
side's got a good and bad, exactly.
We're human beings. To err is human. To really foul things up, you need a computer, right? That's probably my big worry.
Yeah.
But to err is human, and you know, I'm not an
Yeah.
unforgiving person, but I do believe that there are quite a few in that specific industry who enjoy their kickbacks more than they enjoy helping people.
Yeah.
And it's sad. Just like I know there are really good cops, I know there are really crappy cops too.
Same here.
In every aspect of life, there are going to be good and bad people. You cannot paint all peoples with one brush. It never works. Never has, never will. But that should not create division. That should actually bring us more together.
LH.
We should enjoy and recognize each other's differences, and we should find that beautiful. I mean, and why wouldn't we? I could not be an assembly line robot. I just cannot do it. I never could. So that being said, I appreciate that people are different from me. I don't want this people that are only going to agree with me. I'm not a mouthpiece. I'm a person, and I try to look at everybody else that same way. So I gotta get coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah. And this is so true. You're right. You're right, K9. They're taught about that. And it's not just that. It's no different than what my parents and how my family talked around me. But when you get into the Ivy League schools, you get up into the higher
Echelons.
yeah, your higher echelons, your more prestigious colleges, and it's no different than anything. And it's money talks, BS walks, and it is so true. And this is the reason why in this situation we're in, because people have paid their way for their children to be where they're at, and then those children made decisions that didn't have anything to do with America or the people within it. All they cared about was themselves and lining their pockets and what their next kid's going to go to school for, and how they can get away with what they're getting away with, which is millions of dollars of pretty much embezzlement money throughout. As far as I'm concerned, with all these rich people that do what they do to get where they're at, nothing but dirty laundry. Even though they're doing it and it's on the books and everything, it's still dirty laundry how they're doing it, taking advantage of people and situations, communities.
Oh, Betty.
It's silly. What we got?
Yeah. They did the same thing to my dad. I mean, I think he knew because after the first 3 days, he told my stepmom to ask me not to call anymore. So I think he knew. He knew the moment they put him on that ventilator that he was done. And I think he didn't want me to go through that. But I think for me, that made it harder because I was real close to him. But I think I agree with you, Betty. It's those ones, right? And they're so scared of you getting a second opinion and maybe healing something instead of just treating the symptoms. And I mean, my God, when we're in the business of killing people or helping them live, you think you'd want them to live longer. even if you were one of those guys lining your pockets, you think you'd want them to live longer just so that you could make more off of them or something. It sickens me so much.
Hi, Anna. Welcome. Walked in on something, didn't you?
Yeah, those ventilators are bad news. They really are. Those ventilators are bad news.
Why do you think they're all in the landfills? I'm just teasing. That was corruption in itself, but still, ventilators, they're only good for what they're good for, not for what they were trying to do.
Yes, they do. Artists, that's my opinion as well. I share that with you. I do because
they all do. Yep.
I know I say it, but less people forget. Whether you call it a hoax or a Holocaust, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, I was just doing as I was told. Didn't work then either. So I get so frustrated, and I'm Meg. I'm heartbroken for the people of this nation and around the world, because this didn't just happen to Americans. We might be the world joke about a slab of bacon for breakfast and cowboy hats and cigarettes, and Americans are this and that and the other. And I mean, we do the same thing to other countries in the world. But when it comes down to it, we are all human beings. And all of these human beings in most of these countries have been for years being mind controlled in some manner or another, with very select few of them not having their mind thrown into that cesspool of crap that they show on TV and they feed to the masses. All right, you have a great day, nobody.
See you later, nobody. Great talking with you.
Yeah, forcing air on congested lungs with Yep, it is a bad deal.
Yep.
You're absolutely right. And they know it's a bad deal, most of them.
And you won't know it for the next few years. Some right away, and some it won't affect them for a few years. And then all of a sudden they'll wonder why they have a wheezing going on, or they have a lung cancer. It's just what it is. It depends on how healthy your body is. That's why it's important to get your body aligned to be alkaline.
Oh my Lord, Shift. And see, this is where Bonnie, the black lights. Very good question. I can give you my opinion. There is a specific cocktail of chemicals that were patented, and they are called, the general brand name of it is called Luciferase. And they have been having problems. You guys have heard about the magnetism. There is that happening in some people. It does happen naturally in some people, but it's not that common. Not like it is now, with the folks that have been experimented on. Those said folks that have been experimented on, some of them, you can take a black light over them and their veins will light up purple.
Yep.
my opinion
Seen it.
is that black light picks up that. I guess it would be something similar to a dye, like what's it called? I'm sure Betty knows. Um, like a phosphorescent dye. Um, the one guy had gotten his experiment here, and around the injection site it lit up, and then down in his hand,
around, and then
within 1 week,
coming down.
his vein was lit up.
His veins were lighting up.
I believe that's part of it. I don't know. I stopped researching into that. They put one up at the corner of two highways, not 10 miles from our house, one of those black light things. And for it to come to an area like this, there may be more involved. It may be to track the chip. It may just be that it's being said that they're black lights, and what they really are is something else. They may be some kind of plugged in, amped up, like facial recognition software, voice recognition type of thing. I don't know. I haven't looked into that deep. Yeah, stand where you live and fight the system. Yep, that's right. And that is all you can do. And I mean, yeah, I think the black light thing is about reading the ink in people. So you know exactly how many controllable or non-controllable people you have there. Why would you need a passport if the streetlights could read you? That's just a question I've asked myself. Ooh, pot of tea. Oh, LHS. Wow. From Jellyfish. See, I couldn't remember where, but thank you very much, Anna. Yeah. 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 That's what I thought too, artist, about that. And at least you're getting out the house a little bit deplorable. Because, I mean, at least get out in nature, even if you don't want to go around other people. As far as I know, the trees aren't going to come alive yet and hurt us. So I don't think any of them are.
If you're out in the country, get outside, walk around a little bit. Don't be afraid of those.
Just go stick your toes in some grass somewhere. You'll be fine. I'm not making light. I know it seems like I'm making light, you guys, but I'm not. Depression is a very serious thing.
Yeah.
And if any of you are feeling like you're falling in the doldrums, reach out to me. Give me a call. Send me an email. I'm here. I deal with it. I know I can empathize with you guys on that. I really can. So if you just need somebody to talk to, vent out to.
Have a great day.
Yeah, see you later, Shift. Yeah. You can't go. Yeah, exactly, deplorable. You're right. You're absolutely right. And 9 times out of 10, like if you live in an apartment, or you live in a building that's owned by someone else, there may or may not be stuff in your building.
Believe it or
there's
not,
some creepy folk out there, man.
Y'all know what a drywall screw is, right?
We have some over there in the bucket, I think. Although we're not using drywall for our walls.
But the screw itself, they make cameras that small that sit in the inside of the cross of the screw.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to freak anybody out or anything like that, but like you're saying, when you go to a restaurant or you're going to these, places, it's they got you. It's not that they don't. They know what they're doing. They're all wireless. China's been doing it for years. Watch every movie you make.
Yeah.
They're trying to get it here.
Yeah. Just, I mean,
You know, if
now's
you
the time to be critically safe for yourself and for your family.
If you have a landline, the best thing to do is just keep that and then take your phone and put it in an aluminum box. Don't even worry about it.
Where do I find that canine? I think I've heard of it, but I never read it. I would remember reading it, but I don't think I've ever read it. I don't think I could find it. I'd love to get my hands on a copy of it, though. I would like to read that.
Yeah, exactly. Pin cameras, yep.
Wow, you guys
2
just
years, what? Wow.
well, deplorable. Reach out to me. I'll give you my number. You can call me. I don't know where you're located. I don't know how else to help you but to be here. But I can do that.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys, we've known about this stuff for years. This isn't not a
something we
surprise to
don't
any
know.
one of
It's
us.
been slowly being
Most of you
integrated
guys
into
know.
our system.
Just
Years.
because it's coming out more and more publicly, they've had those cameras at red lights to catch people running red lights and four-way stop signs and shit for years. That's how you get
25
mysterious
plus
tickets
years
in the
now.
mail.
They've been testing it for a
Yeah,
long time.
I mean, you can get cheap little cameras. Listen, I've seen them on little, like your charger port, right, that you plug into the wall. Those charger ports, they make them with spy cameras now.
Yeah.
They make the electrical outlet like the little 3 electrical extension cord things and the 6 ones. They make those with freaking cameras in them now. I mean, you can get anything with a camera now. So it would be naive to think that technology isn't already everywhere collecting data. It would be naive.
How do you think they know how to manipulate people?
Exactly. They know everything about
know
you
how
that
to
they want
manipulate
to know
people.
about you. Trust me.
Keep you dumbed down.
I understand that,
That's right.
deplorable. I get that.
Why we need to?
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys, we know. I mean,
do.
we all know, right?
We all understand.
None of this is a surprise to us. You're not going to educate somebody on this stuff if they don't want to be educated on it. And the thing about it is, no matter what, no matter how deep you dig, there's stuff we're never going to find out.
Yeah,
there are
some
lies
things
we will
won't
never be
know.
able to unravel because none of those people are alive. Those documents have been destroyed, so on and so forth down the chain. Okay. So without divine intervention, we will not know every piece of truth, be it our history or what they're doing behind our backs or any of that crap. You're going to have to, like, each of us has to come to a place within ourselves where what we know sits, and what we know doesn't cause fear, and what we know, it exists. It's part of our existence, whether we like it or not, and how we deal with it. Like, deplorable is just like, I'm not giving them a chance. Well, you go, girl, because I got you. I understand that too. I wouldn't give them a chance either, and especially if you know or you suspect that something or someone is gunning for you, you do not give them that opportunity, and that's just smarts, street smarts. You don't put yourself out there to fall on the sword unless you're trying to be a martyr, and then you better have some good stuff behind you. It is simple and effective. You're correct, K9. You're correct. It's kind of like watching that "What Would Jesus Do?" go to the wayside, and I thought that was a really good movement. That "What Would Jesus Do?" Because it got people to think critically outside of themselves, outside of their ego, and I think they lost that. I think a lot of people have lost that. That's exactly, artists. They've had this stuff forever. They've had it longer than they ever before they ever released it to private companies, before they ever released it for public or for towns to utilize. The military already had it and had already been using it.
They did it first.
Guaranteed.
Scientists before the military, and then the military, and then to us. Or private networks, and then out to us.
Oh, deplorable. Yeah, I pay cash for nobody's business. That's right. No, they'll never tell the truth. We're going to have to find some of the truth, but again, we're not going to ever find all of them. Without divine intervention, we'll never find all the truth. And you got to be able to sit with where you're at and what you do know, right? And that's I think really important. And when I say that, I say that with all love in the world, because not everybody can sit where they're at. Not everybody can sit with the knowledge that they have. You can't unknow some things, and you can't unsee some things. And I always caution people about that before they decide they want to go down any specific rabbit hole. You may think you want to know, but there are things that will haunt you the rest of your life, and you'll never unsee them. So you guys got to think about that stuff before you go digging. All right. Thank you, Chuck. Yeah. Matter of fact, can you pull up the one on Borax that he had given us the other day? I downloaded it, I think, to the desktop. Or somewhere.
Did it say borax on it or something?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person, honey.
You said you downloaded it.
Yeah, straight out of the email. Don't know what it was called.
Don't know what it was called. Oh. What day?
Why don't you just go into our email? It might be easier.
Probably would be, huh?
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Chuck. We'll bring that up too. I don't want to get taken down for medicinal misinformation. So we're not doctors. We don't play doctors. We cannot give you any kind of medical, financial, or any other kind of advice. We're just having a conversation.
Which one was it? Who?
Wait. Chuck.
Chuck?
I think Chuck, yeah. Pretty sure.
These can be the download things here. Chuck, right there.
Yeah. And I did. I downloaded it. I mean, it's not even showing up.
It's not showing here.
Huh. Dude.
Here is another.
Yeah, and he sent it, and I downloaded it. I have it somewhere. I'll find it tonight, and I'll post, and we'll bring it up tomorrow. You guys seem to be wanting to have this conversation, so it's good though. It's all good. Like I said, I'm not scared of having any of these conversations with you guys. If we have to talk around stuff, we have to talk around stuff, and that's fine. But I can't tell where the conversation's going, so give me a minute. I'm sure it's one of those, honey.
I don't think you did it yesterday, but
no, it wasn't yesterday.
No, last week.
Yeah, I bet you it's that. It's one of them two images.
Real quick here. There it is.
Cool. All right, now you gotta go share screen, huh?
I can. Yes.
Well, you don't have to, but.
Now, if it's the one you sent us.
All right, Meg, we'll see you.
Hold on a minute. Oh, okay, we'll see you, Meg.
The world's best warrior.
I believe this is the one you're talking about.
No, he just sent us another one. We didn't get it yet, but our signal apparently is very crappy today. So, I don't know. Can you guys see that? No, they're only getting the
I'm
file.
getting the right thing here. Hold on.
Move
that.
Bum, 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 bum.
I got it here. I got it. Gotta figure it out. There we are. Is that it there?
Can you guys see it now? course, we can't tell. There it is.
That's the one you're talking about, right, Chuck?
No, he sent us another one on Ivor, but we haven't got it yet.
Want me to resend?
Yeah, you can try, but it's probably still.
That was this one he was talking
about. Oh, okay. We found that one.
And then he says he's going to be sending, right?
And Bonnie, I'll send this out to you so you have it. Yeah, listen, and I made this point the other day. If you're having problems wrapping your head around some of the crap and you're fighting depression or you're fighting other ups and downs, okay, try this simple technique. Sit, try to regulate your breath, and there's two different methods you can use to regulate your breath, and one is called circle breathing. And you like breathe in for the count of 4, breathe out for the count of 4, breathe in for the count of 4, breathe out for the count of 4, just like that. Okay, that's circle breathing. And you can do higher counts, because as you slow down, you'll be able to breathe deeper and exhale longer. Or you can do what the box breathing, which is in 4, hold it for 4, out for 4, hold it for 4, in. Yeah, in your nose, out your mouth.
Yeah, out your mouth.
Okay, and that'll help. That'll help because you're focusing on your breathing and you're focusing on the counting, and it helps slow down the racing thoughts in your mind. And the other thing is use your tongue against your teeth, and just sit there and focus on the feeling of your tongue on your teeth. And just think about it. And when you do that, it does calm the mind. It does help. Go out and look up and raise your head, face to the sky if you can. If you have that,
put your feet in the dirt, wiggle the toes.
Music is good therapy. It's hard when you hit any kind of depressive stride to sit in silence with yourself because your head won't shut up. And I know that. I know that for a fact because I've been there. And when that head doesn't shut up, all it does is make it worse. So it's about part of it is about calming down, but part of it is about focusing your attention and actually being able to focus it somewhere else long enough to get your head to shut up for a minute. Because it starts small, but the more you do it, the longer it can grow and the easier it can become to settle your mind. So just a tip. I hope it helps. Yeah, I love powwow music. I love Native American flute music. I like instrumental. I like all that kind of stuff. If I'm angry, and I know it's there and I got to get it out, I'll listen to some heavy metal music from the 90s. And then it kind of clears itself out, but that's kind of a release for me too, because then I end up doing something to get rid of that energy, and then it helps. It's like a twofold for me, but every person is different. Yeah, martial arts. And even if you're not into like martial arts or anything, stretch. Even if you don't want to do yoga, stretch. Okay, that will help. It'll help work your muscles enough to get your mind off of the crap. It's about placing your focus in a different area, and you can do it. It takes practice, just like everything else worth doing. It takes Pantera, a little bit of Pantera. Yeah, 432 megahertz sounds. Now that's important, and I'm glad Chuck mentioned it. All right, you guys do know that most music that is recorded and played today, and even in the last 2 to 3 decades, maybe more, maybe 4 decades now, 5 decades, has been recorded in 440 hertz, which is not a God frequency. FYI, okay? The masters the original classic masters, and you all know who I'm talking about, Mozart and Bach and all those fellas. Coincidentally, all their music, and why you're told to play that for babies, all their music is recorded in 432 hertz, which is the God frequency, which is one of them. And it does help. Listening to certain frequencies helps. Sapien music on YouTube usually runs live 24 hours a day, playing different hertz, different frequencies. And you can get frequencies that are tuned for specific things, like depression, like breathing, like all different things, because we are energy, and it makes sense that frequency affects energy, right? Basic science. So when you understand that relationship, that the frequencies are affecting your energy, that's how some of these people are still being brainwashed by mainstream media. Quite frankly, I think it's a spell casting thing, I believe. But yeah, 432 frequency is that's the one. That's the golden spot right there. And it's easy to find if you even just go on YouTube or on Google or on any platform and search 432 frequency or hertz music. It's going to pull up a whole bunch of stuff, and you're going to be able to look through that and find what you need. Yeah.
You're right, but it did take them a very long time to admit it.
Now, and they've always called the Schumann resonance the heartbeat of the earth. And then they've said, oh, well, having said that, though, the heart, they don't want you to understand and respect that. Hey, Charlie, good to see you, bud. There he is. Seeing him today. So it's really important. I mean, because what you feed yourself, like, it's just like your food diet, right? What you feed yourself can heal you or it can make you sick. So what you feed your soul through music and through visuals and through experiences, it's the same thing. It can heal you or it can make you sick. But chances are it's doing something. So that's part of your discernment. That's part of that gift of discernment. It's not just about what you hear and what you see. It's also about what you feel, what you experience, and what you feed yourself and all of yourself.
Sorry about
not movement. Just your mouth, not just your stomach. It's about all that. Okay, deplorable. Now that's kind of that's I think going to be on everybody's personal taste. There are
certain ones.
There are certain brands that you're going to want above other things.
Yeah.
That are just produced better. Young Living is a really good line. I do
product.
like their line. I like their product.
The carriers are what again? Coconut? They use a good carrier. I know they use a good carrier.
Diffractionated coconut oil or something to that effect.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm saying the word wrong. I know I am. But yeah, there are certain ones that I will get that are different brands, but I know that you can look around and you can find the ones that you can find what they're made with, what they're, doTERRA is good too. Hey, Lily. There are some really good brands out there, and just look at what their carrier oil is, though, right? Because you want either the fractionated coconut oil or expeller pressed almond oil, or some of them do vegetable glycerin. I don't know. You're gonna have to look around and do a little bit of research on that. I cannot say one is better than the other. I can say I use a variety because I like certain products from certain people, and I find they work better for certain things, if that makes sense. Yeah, I do have a diffuser. When there's no electricity, we'll put I'll put a ceramic bowl on the wood stove in the wintertime
Do that.
with water and a couple drops of oil and let that diffuse through the house.
Good afternoon there, Lily.
Some of them are safe enough that you can just put it right on your skin. Like Raina and I, when we're having trouble sleeping or breathing or any of that, we use lavender and frankincense. You just put like lavender, and then I'll put frankincense right up under her chin. Frankincense is not just for pain. It's also used, it can help with breathing and stuff. And the lavender keeps your stress levels down. It's just a natural relaxer.
That's right on, Chuck.
Yeah. So,
And that's very good for beard oil. Yeah. Keeps the whiskers nice and silky.
you're your own diffuser. That's excellent. And there are certain oils and stuff you can put even in your beard oil that'll help keep bugs and mosquitoes and stuff away too, just naturally. Yeah, like lemon and peppermint, or lemongrass and peppermint, eucalyptus, tea tree. Um, you don't want tea tree oil to hit you bare on your skin. It will burn you. Most of you guys know that, I think. But yeah, what? Throw something else at us. What else you got? What other questions?
I ain't got it that long. I'm lucky I get it like this. This is the best I can get it.
That is awesome, artist. I wish you did too. Because I just tell you to come out to the woods and sit.
Yeah.
Build yourself a little hut.
Sit around the
and
fire.
be okay.
Drink a couple cups of coffee. Whatever floats your boat. Sink your toes in the sand.
I love you guys.
She does. She does.
See, this one.
Once it gets this long, they don't mind it as
Scottish
much.
comes out.
Yeah.
I love it.
Scottish.
Deplorable. How far are you from us? We're in Ohio. 5 states over, or on a seaboard, maybe. Right on, Robin.
Okay.
Heck yeah, and welcome. Oh,
you're right. Actually,
you're
right.
You know what?
Give me vitamins I don't usually have.
Just realized that I forgot to do this, and I am so sorry, y'all.
Just be a
I
moment
guess
of
we've
our
just
own
been chatty
blondness.
today.
Yeah, my hair's not usually this dark. I'm not out in the sun as much as I normally am this year, or last year actually. It's almost 2 years worth of being inside, not all the time or anything, but this year has been nothing. I got
I would
6
love to
days
see
after today. I'm busy.
I would love to know
you guys
some
are
Tai
be
Chi, like
seeing me coming in and out while we're doing the show.
I want to start doing Tai Chi with Raina, but I don't know enough about it to be really effective, and I want to do it right, you know.
You come in here, I chop your nose off.
I did a little bit of mixed martial arts when I was younger, but I was really younger and a whole lot more limber back then. I can't do that stuff today because my hips go out of place, like boom.
And we were all kung fu fighting. We were fast as lightning.
So you're out there with the bonanza theme, right? And the sagebrush, dry brush running across the road. Yes, LHS, very good. Thank you. Some
I like the
essential
Lone
oils
Ranger. Lone Ranger was one of my favorites.
are harmful to pests, and she's absolutely right about that. So tea tree is one of those. You don't want to put that ever in a diffuser if you have pets and you care about your pets at all, because it is toxic to them used in that manner. Some animals, cats and dogs specifically, have resin-based allergies, and if they do, that cuts a whole lot of oils out. Like frankincense is a resin-based, juniper, spruce, any of the resin-based oils you won't be able to use if your pet has one of those kind of allergies. And it's actually pretty similar. It's actually pretty common. Sorry, among dogs, like because some of the more domesticated breeds have problems that have come from the breeding.
Do y'all like out in the wilderness? Oh yeah.
Yes.
We absolutely love it out here.
Wouldn't have it any other way, honestly.
Yeah.
I
You'd
really
be further out. I'd be further out.
Yeah, canine. Tea tree oil is actually it's toxic to cats and dogs, and I'm not sure about ferrets, but I assume since their biology is not that far off from cat.
Pretty much.
So now the little tiny bits of tea tree oil that they use in some of the dog shampoos and whatnot have been diluted, and that's fine. But you never want to diffuse tea tree oil in a home with cats or dogs in the home. You don't want to do that. Chuck, I'm pretty sure it burns everybody. That melaleuca is pretty powerful stuff. You don't want to use that stuff undiluted.
Sorry.
Okay. If you
it's a bad habit, artist.
CBD is another one of those. Some people can take it and some people can't. And I was told to use CBD for my Lyme disease, for when my arthritis really kicks into high gear, because I already had that as a pre-existing condition once I got the disease, and so now it's moving along quite nicely, a lot faster than it would have if I hadn't already had those issues. So I was told that when the pain gets too bad to start using that CBD for myself, and I may at some point.
It's not right.
But they've made it very expensive in our area, and they've switched back and forth about whether it's legal or not legal, and whether they're allowed to sell it on store shelves or not. I think most places around here do now, but
yes, absolutely.
They're doing some hinky stuff, you guys, and like even with this,
really,
they approved CBD and marijuana and hemp for medical use in Ohio, and then they limited the medical use that it was approved for. And then if you do pay the doctor a grand sum of cash just to give you the card, which, believe me, those doctors are out there. You pay me X amount of money and I'll get you the medical card, right? So, and they know those doctors are out there. So yeah, we could go do that. I could do that way, and I'm not going to. And there's my reasons behind it are because we have a rhino governor right now, and there were some things. You only paid $130. They want $350.
Wow, they want $350
for the cheapest one here,
and up to $600 or $700.
We got to drive an hour and a half to get to him.
Yeah.
And that's, but even with that being said, they're doing some shady stuff with that, and so
blocking certain things. Can't get that. Can't have this.
You can't own guns if you have a medical card.
That was now they've
switched it.
Supposed to change
supposedly,
soon,
but
because there's too many of them out there that are.
They are also trying to say that a parent with that card is an unfit parent.
They're trying to pull that one.
And that's another
too.
one of those pulling your kids away from you things.
We're getting that one taken care of.
So, oh, congratulations, Betty. Awesome. That is epic. That's awesome. I know a guy who he had I think she's talking about her dog or her cat was on that.
Oh, okay.
Yep, being ourselves. So anyway, I mean, so I don't trust it because it's a government program, and because I know the history of it, and I know why it was outlawed in the first place was to make man rich,
Yeah.
and to
God gave all seed-bearing plants to us to
So-
utilize the way we need to see fit.
I have always been of a mind, pretty much since I was a teenager. Screw government. They're not my government. They control certain things on the peripheral of the society that I have to live in, but they don't
That's all
control
going to
me.
go away here soon.
They don't control me, and I don't trust them. I really don't.
Uh,
It's not legally. That's the best answer I can give you.
they're trying to push that you can. The only ones that are allowed to grow legally in the state of Ohio are the ones that are the farmers that sell to the government for the medical part of it all. And there's only supposedly only supposed to be 1,000 of them in Ohio. And immediately the only people that could get them were people who were
There were
high
big businesses that came in and
standards.
bought up all the licenses.
The license
I've
itself
done the
was only
research, follow the
$100,000. That's the funny part. The license was $100,000, but the bond was like $5 billion. What they wanted for a bond. Well, that would only allow the bigger companies to come in and allow
Be
to
growers.
do that, and not people like
They were buying
Heather and
up.
I or some
They were
common
buying
person,
up like 30
and
30
yeah,
licenses or however
buy
many.
them all up.
Like they had regulated the licenses when they agreed
Hi,
to make
Chuck.
it medically legal in our state. They had limited the license for growers, and then they made it impossible for any local person to make a business out of it by putting the prices on the license and the prices for the what Jeff just said that I've forgotten. And they did that on purpose. And then the big companies swooped in and bought up all the licenses, and you could see it. They were buying up 10 times in a row. Like they'd
Yep.
make the purchase of the sale of 30 licenses. They'd come back in
yeah.
and make a purchase of 33 or whatever
Within
the top
1
limit
month,
was.
all the licenses were gone.
I think it was less than that. I think it was
Yeah.
like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Every
licenses were
license
gone.
was bought up,
Nobody
and
could
there
get
were
a
no
chance
more
to get
licenses
anything
for
in
Ohio.
Ohio. But it's going to change because they stated that
Oh yeah,
there's
exactly,
such a
Ellie.
demand that they're going to up the limit on that, but they're going to bring down the criteria for what you need to have it, as well as they're trying to push for recreational.
That's right, K9. You trust them to lie, cheat, and steal. Yeah.
Ohio's not going to put up with it. Trust. We got our guns back. Then we flipped the law that they flipped to their side.
Have a great day, Maria.
We flipped it back because we're not putting up with it. We have every right to carry our guns.
I would love to grow hemp and then be able to do like the fibers.
Thatcher.
Right? I'd love to go see Hawk. I would too. I'd trade him some hours of work for whatever. I like Hawk's mustard seeds. Yeah. And I think he's on Hawk's mustard seed 5. Shout out to Hawk. I think he's on 5 now. Right on. Yeah, and that's the thing. When those big companies buy it up, a lot of those big companies are big pharma companies. No lie. A lot of them are tied into big pharma. And LHS said it. You can't trust what they're putting in it. And they are adding stuff to it. Don't take my word for it. Go research it. I have. I promise, or I wouldn't say that. I don't say stuff just lately off the flip of my tongue.
That's exactly right, and
K9, yeah, I know it happened over there too a lot, but at least you guys still have some local folks, you know what I mean? At least you guys have that, and it's heck yeah, Colorado, good deal. That's right, deplorable. I'm waiting for that day. I really am.
Yep. It's coming. It's coming.
I'm waiting for that day.
I'm not worried. They did something
and
that a lot of people don't realize, and
for
it's coming.
My friends out there that are worriers,
it's okay.
Woosah.
Yep.
Just try it. Just try it. I know it sounds like the silliest word in the world, but woosah.
Over
right?
300 generals got together, along with a whole bunch of other people
Okay.
got together, and along with good old T-Man and everything else that's going on. We're in the right realm.
I think
we are in the right realm. We just got to be patient and do what we need to do.
As to Maria's question from
take
earlier
care of ourselves
about
as well as you guys. Take care of us.
Mike P.
Making sure everybody's taken care of. Just like Jess says, take off the mask, help your neighbor. Be nice to your neighbor. All that. Just go out and just start being community.
Like
come back on here and talk about it.
I think K9, isn't it like 6 plants for personal use?
Where at?
In California.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I know.
Which being in Ohio, Alaska, that sounded like a great deal.
I know Alaska is 2 ounces.
I know. I'm being facetious.
You're allowed to have 1 plant in Alaska and 2 ounces on hand. Other than that, it may have changed a long time ago. I don't know. That was back when I was growing up in the 90s.
We love you too, Betty. We really do. Well, when it came out, I think we need some seeds, right? I'm with you, honey. I'm with you. I don't even know that much about growing it. I think I did once when I was a teenager. And then one of the neighbors actually stole that plant from me and then sold it back to me later.
Charlotte's Web, huh? Stanley Brothers.
Ooh. We will check them out.
Who?
And Jeff has a site too. We'll have to find that. There you go. I guess just pick either one of them.
It'll get me somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got that up now. Let's see. Where is this here? StanleyBrothers.com. All right. We'll check them out. Hey, Ship.
Oh, we're just talking today, I guess.
Well, yeah, we're about done.
Just shooting the breeze.
I don't know. What did we miss? What did you miss?
I don't know.
What did you miss?
Lots of stuff. We covered a bunch of stuff.
Just
you know us. We'll just talk.
You go through it and read. Like you know how we are.
Yeah, you're right. Deplorable. I think a lot of people understand that there are some general classifications. And it was pointed out to me the other day that mine actually are working. That they actually work backwards for me, and that's okay. I'm okay with that.
We have to know that.
Indicas for one, and sativa for another. One for physical, one for mental. And if you don't know yourself well enough to know which one works for you, you better take a day off work first. Just check it out. You can have up to 6. Okay. Okay, California. Thank you. Definitely. Yeah. Well, stop staying up so late, man. No, I'm just picking on you. I'm just picking.
Yes, we do dehydrate our veggies.
Happy Labor Day to anybody who came in later.
Happy Labor Day,
yep,
to the people that we haven't seen. Yep.
Well, you can dehydrate. You can just buy a conventional dehydrator, Robin. Certain vegetables need to be blanched first, or use a citric acid, or if you don't have citric acid, you can use a little bit of lemon juice and just kind of spritz it on them. Or they're going to change colors. But they're still going to be good. Listen, here's the thing, too. When people dehydrate veggies, all right, when we talk about dehydrated veggies, when you go to use those veggies that you've dehydrated, you need to be cooking them. So when you dehydrate vegetables, you're not going to be able to like rehydrate a tomato slice and throw it on a sandwich. Okay, you need to cook that. Whether you're making a spaghetti sauce or a veggie stew or chili or whatever with it, you're going to want to cook your veggies that you've dehydrated. Um, I think corn you can eat like dehydrated corn like candy. Um,
You can eat dehydrated corn like candy, peas.
yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But and not everything needs blanched, so you're gonna have to look at and you can find the information anywhere online. You can just look up uh, how to dehydrate vegetables, and you'll see tables will pop up. They'll tell you potatoes need to be cooked almost halfway through before you dehydrate them, or they'll blacken.
A
Things
little
like that.
trick
So.
with tomatoes. My mom will take a paper towel. Once she gets them on the sheet, she dabs them one side, flips them onto the parchment paper, and then she dabs the other side to draw the moisture out of the tomato, but leaves everything there. She does the best she can because you know how tomato seeds are. Get the best you can out of that, and then she dehydrates them. So it helps the drying process, getting all the juice.
Yeah, ADHD and
And
ADD.
And the thinner they are too.
They can also work differently for people that suffer mental conditions as well. Just as an FYI for you guys, people with actual chemical imbalances in their brain, like bipolar or manic depression or even regular depression, if there is a chemical imbalance in the brain, those cultivars can also work differently. Awesome, Betty. I got to make a big batch of vegetable stock. I got a bunch of stuff in the freezer. I've just been freezing my leftover stuff or whatever I'm not using, and then I freeze it all, and then I do a big pot of vegetable stock. I want a freeze dryer too. Hey, a friend of mine said that he found one priced at like $2,100 for a brand new freeze dryer, and that's not even one of the little tiny ones. So I know that's a big number though, you guys. Yeah, right. A freeze dryer would be a dream come true. I think for most of us, the stuff you could do with a freeze dryer, man, whoo, so much fun. I would love to have one, and someday, hopefully, I will. So stews and soups, yeah. And I do a lot of in the wintertime. I do a lot of pot pies, and I have a very simple go-to pie crust that you can use for your fruit pies, for your pot pies, for any kind of pie crust. It doesn't have sugar in it. It's not a sweet crust. It's not a puff pastry crust. It's just a simple, basic pie crust, and it's delicious, and it works well with anything. And then when I make my pot pies, I add herbs into my crust. That's one thing I do different than a lot of other people do. I do an herbed crust pot pie. And I mean, that stuff's great. Yeah, you got me dreaming of freeze dryer again now. I'd love to have one of those. But you can also solar dehydrate vegetables and fruits. Okay, and all it takes is mesh or cheesecloth. You stretch your mesh or your cheesecloth across the frame, and you got to get it off the ground. So pop some legs on that bad boy, or put it up on bricks or something, and then cover your fruits and vegetables with another cloth or another piece of mesh, and let the sun dry them, low and slow. So long as the bugs cannot get onto them and lay eggs, you can do them that way too. You have to make sure the bugs they can stay off of them. But I know freeze dried fruits are like candy, and I can get her to eat anything that's freeze dried. I mean, she loves freeze dried fruit snacks. Oh, it's like
anything.
We do a lot of we'll make our own trail mix type of thing, and she really loves that stuff. She loves doing that. And we'll put coconut in it, and seeds and nuts and raisins and dried fruits and dehydrated this, and you know.
All right, Bonnie. We'll see you later. Have
All
a good
right, we'll see you
afternoon,
guys.
son.
Yeah, I guess
We're
Jeff's
gonna be going
probably
to bed
on.
here,
So,
too. Yep.
we'll probably get out of here. I'll go ahead and pop up that Artist and Poet made our outro video. I know you guys have heard me say it, but I'll say it again. And we're going to go ahead and play that, let you guys finish up your conversations in chat. Don't worry, guys. We will be home, or we'll be right here again tomorrow. Hopefully,
Same
we'll be
time,
outside.